Hey, what's up, y'all? Alchemy Beatbox here. I had enough likes and just views on my last video for Kenôzen Bass that I thought I'd, take the time to make y'all a tutorial since I got so much positive feedback. I'm not the best at explaining things, but I'll go ahead and try my best. I'll try to break it down as simply as possible. So, this is Kenôzen Bass. I like calling it swallow bass. I know a lot of people call it pig bass. Because it sounds like a pig grunting or snorting, kind of. Now, the important thing here is that this sound is not aspirated. It's not done using your breath, like. It's not like one of those sounds. It is injective, so air is going down your throat, but it's not because of pull from your diaphragm. It's like a lip roll or a click. That's why he can hum over it. So I'll get right into it. This bass, this swallow or this pig bass, it uses the part of your mouth and throat that Alexinho's vocal or Starsky bass, or the snore bass, or the snort bass, use, which is your uvula, that dangly thing, and your soft palate, which is the soft part near the roof of your mouth, near the back. On the roof of your mouth, near the back of your mouth, where the uvula is. Essentially, I kind of break it down to people by saying it's a tongue movement, a lot like what Reeps One Wobble bass is. I'm not the best at that. But that tongue motion you're doing to make the wob bass happen, you're going to start by sealing off your lips and not letting them actually oscillate. So if you try to do that tongue motion, it would just kind of result in kind of like a fart snare or spitting sound. So from to seal off your lips. Now, next part's a little weird, but bear with me here. You're going to try to focus the force of that tongue motion that would normally make a wob bass happen, but you're sealing off your lips so it can't happen. You're going to force it towards the back of your mouth. It makes a weird kind of swallowing sound effect, like when you're a kid and your teachers in school are trying to tell you to eat your food, so they do that imitation food eating sound, yummy, right? That is the beginning of the Kenôzen swallow bass. So you go from to sealing off your lips. And believe me when I say it's not easy to tell someone, but when you get the motion down, it doesn't require a lot of skill. You're having the same tongue motion, pushing, force or air, except instead of forcing it through your lips, you're forcing it through your soft palate and your uvula, which cause them to oscillate. That's what creates the pig bass or the Kenôzen swallow bass. It's just essentially directing the air backwards in the opposite direction of what the wob bass would demand, but in the same exact tongue position and motion. And the only last thing I would say is if you hollow out your throat, for hollow sounds, which is lowering your Adam's apple if you're a boy, and really it's sealing off your soft palate so there's more resonance in an echo chamber in your throat. That works for girls too, because girls don't have Adam's apples. But if you hollow out your throat, it'll make the bass a lot deeper and more resonant. So you go from kind of a swallow sound to hollowing out your throat, which gives... Filling up your cheeks with air can help, because the more air you force, the louder the sound and more bassy it'll be. And also, you don't need to chomp your jaws together, like for a BMG snare. It's more like you're keeping your mouth open in this posture, and you're just using your tongue to... You're not actually chomping down. You could, I guess, but that's wasted energy. I had one question on how to do Kenôzen's kick drum combo with his bass. That sound is a lip roll jaw pop or an inward dry kick, an inward kick drum. It's one of the sounds used to create the lip roll bass and kick drum combo. So going from like to Napalm uses it a lot, Ballsy does it a lot. You go from to it's that sound. Because doing the Kenôzen bass with the normal classic outward lip kick, that'd be a lot harder. That'd be harder. So I think he found a way around that by utilizing the inward kick instead. It's just where it's like a kiss on the side of your lips. It's like a lip roll. But you just pull your lips away from each other and keep them tight. And it creates this kind of electro kick drum sound. So if you do that with hollowing out your throat with Kenôzen's bass. Sorry for that out-of-tune humming. I'm not used to humming with Kenôzen's bass, but I do know you can do it since it doesn't use your lungs air. Wah uses this sound too. There's not that many tutorials on this sound, but I thought I'd at least put out my thoughts and my interpretation of how to do this sound to at least contribute to, you know, the general body of knowledge and maybe hopefully inspire or equip someone to make an even better tutorial than mine, because mine's not the best. Give me your feedback though, and I'll definitely repost and re-upload this tutorial if you guys want a better explanation. But for now, I say the 3 steps would be use the tongue motion from the wobble bass, seal off your lips so they can't oscillate. Using that same motion and position, force the air backwards, not forwards. That air pocket you're forcing down is the beginning of Kenôzen's bass. And then just hollow out your throat. So go from ah to ah to make the resonance deeper. And then add a lip roll jaw pop to have that chugging 4 on the floor kind of house beat that he does. Yeah, happy beatboxing, guys.